Have mercy on my soul. Oh, Father, I just pray for forgiveness. Please relieve me from my woes. Oh, please help me, you're my only witness. Have mercy on my soul. Oh, Father, I just pray for forgiveness. Please relieve me from my woes. Oh, please help me, you're my only witness. Keep dreaming on. It's not what it used to. Keep dreaming on.
If you got time, let me show you two history books that are outside of the Bible, right? To substantiate exactly what you were saying about what your grandpa told you, right? So if you look at the chart at the bottom, it says Issachar,
Yeah, this is the one that interests me. Yeah,
right?
Issachar. Yeah.
So this book is called Origins of the American Indians,
Amerindians, yes.
right? By Lee E. Huddleston, right?
Let me hear it.
Right. Okay. So as I was stating earlier, so you were interested about the Issachar being the Mexican, and you were saying about how your grandpa had told you that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to back up what your grandpa was saying because he knew some stuff, obviously, right? So this is the book of Origins of the American Indians by Lee E. Huddleston, page 88, and it says, the only other writer this author found who accepted the Issachar variation of the 10 lost tribes theory was Baltasar de Medina in his chronicles in his Crónica de la Santa Provincia de San Diego de Mexico of 1682. Because when the conquerors came, they were having debates about, well, where are these people from? Like, no one have ever lived here before. They're the only ones that have ever lived here. So where did they come from, right? So they had different debates about it. So it says the Mexicans are originally of the 10 tribes captured by Salmanasar and of the family of Issachar, whom the Indians recognize as their special ancestor. So this is one proof. Now I'm going to show you another one.
Yeah.
So here's another one. This is Mysteries of the Mexican
By the way,
Pyramids.
do you mind if I take pictures of like the books and stuff?
No, of course not,
I'm
brother.
like mad interested in this. It's like brand new information and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's all. That's all. That.
Americans Lee Huddleston. Okay.
And then let me show you the page.
Yeah.
Show you that page. That way you can take
88.
a picture. Yes, sir. You have a good memory.
Wow, I like the number 88. You know, repeating numbers. They got like something going for me. Is it this one or this one right here? That I should take a
On
picture?
this side. Yeah.
This guy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah. All right. So here's another one. Mysteries of the Mexican Pyramids by Peter Tompkins. Right.
Take a picture of this. I appreciate that.
No problem, brother.
For sure.
So now I'm going to read out of page 79, and it says, in a manuscript written in Quiche. Quiche is the language that the Mayas used to speak before the conquest.
Yeah.
In 1554 by several Maya Indians. Its Spanish translator, Padre Dionisio Jose Conay, had this to say. It is supposed in the manuscript that the three great Quiche nations, mentioned in particular, are descendants of the 10 tribes of the kingdom of Israel, whom Shalmaneser reduced to perpetual captivity, and who, finding themselves in the confines of Assyria, decided to immigrate. The actual text ran, these then were the three nations of Quiches, and they came from where the sun rises. The sun rises in the east. Descendants of Israel, of the same language and of the same custom. So now we're going to show you where these people are getting these ideas from, because both books mentioned King Salmaneser of Assyria.
Solomon, it sounds like Solomon. You know what I mean?
Nah, Salmaneser.
It's like a different. Okay,
yeah, no, you're
good. I'm sorry, just connecting dots from what I.
It does sound like it though.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna go to First Kings. So we'll go to 1 Kings chapter 14 and 15.
Oh shit! I just realized they sold me Dasani water, bro. That shit's poison.
Oh damn!
My bad.
No, you're good.
All right, so this is 1 Kings chapter 14 and verse 15. For the Lord shall smite Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, And he shall root up Israel out of this good land, which he gave to their fathers, and shall scatter them beyond the river, because they have made their groves, provoking the Lord to anger. Meaning, making their groves is going into idolatry, making altars, worshiping false gods. Right?
Well, would that be like the pyramids and stuff, or is that like prior to?
No, they would just go into, like, making a grove is just like literally making an altar and doing sacrifices on the altar, when our people were only supposed to do sacrifices in the temple.
Like, you've heard of Baal?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what that we were worshiping Baal.
Fire. God, damn, that was
Right.
crazy.
That's what that's going into
So
right
this is
there.
what this is going into. And he shall give Israel up because of his sins of Jeroboam, who did sin and who made Israel sin. So the king was wicked. Everybody follows the king. So the king sinning, all of our people sin, right? So this is history. This is 2 Kings chapter 17, starting at verse 1.
Yeah.
This is what you read about in the history books. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea the son of Elah, the reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria. And
That's the king that was spoken about in those history books, that we were in captivity or in slavery under him in Assyria, and then we left Assyria.
Okay, just for context, like Assyria, was that like in the New World or the Old World? Still?
That's on that side of the world.
it was Assyria was
That's like the Middle East, right?
was northeast of Israel.
Okay.
So that's why they said they had to
Okay,
go.
just want to contextualize all this stuff.
No,
you
you're
know
good.
what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
good.
you know,
You're good. It's
Yeah.
good to ask questions. He's going to bring out the map.
Right here.
So if you look and see where Assyria is,
that's like, is that just modern Syria nowadays?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Okay,
So the
that's
promised land was over here, and then we were taken over here to Assyria.
Okay, let me ask you this, guys. So, like, by we people, like, that means our ancestors and stuff, right? So, how were we taken to the New World, or how did that?
We're gonna get it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
gonna get it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we come out here the majority of the Saturdays, so we break this down to a lot of people just to let them know. This is why you don't know where you come from, and it's in a book that they took out of the Bible called the Apocrypha. Without that, you wouldn't even know this history.
Yeah, the apocryphal
Right?
books. Yeah, I've
All right,
heard about
so-
that. Never like in
You
detail.
never read them,
I never read them.
Yeah.
So verse 3, and came up,
Shalmaneser.
and against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, for he had sent messengers to So king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria. And he had done year by year, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Right? So then it says, then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years.
You guys aren't cold, by the way. I'm sorry. Just out of stuff, because I'm feeling cold. And I'm wearing like 4 fucking layers. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Excuse my language, but
Nah, man. When you're doing the Lord's work, bro, nah, man, you good. Yeah.
yes.
So that's the history of what. So basically, the king of Assyria took Israel out of Samaria, and he put heathens there. So that's all he did. He put other nations that are not Israel in that area. That's why a lot of people think that, oh, if you're in the land of Samaria, that's where Gentiles are. No, that's where the king of Samaria, or the king of Assyria, placed other heathen nations there when they took Israel out, the northern kingdom, right? So we're going to go to 2nd Ezra, right?
Yeah.
So this is in the Apocrypha.
And this is gonna break down what you were asking about, how our ancestors got to this side of the world if we're originally from that side.
Yeah.
Con.
You gotta check something real quick and stuff like that. I'm supposed to meet a guy in like a pause. I'm supposed to meet a friend and stuff in a couple of hours, half an hour and stuff like that. Just wanted to make sure
You're good. You're good.
I continue. Sorry, man.
All right, so this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes that were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hoshea, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and led them over the water, which thereof which thereafter were brought into a strange land.
Yeah.
Just read about that.
Let me ask you this, dude. So, there's like a lot of mention of 10 tribes and stuff. What happened to the other 2 tribes? Are these like
They
different?
stayed in Israel,
Oh, okay.
They
So
stayed in
they
Israel,
migrated and stuff.
but
like that.
they also went into captivity under the Babylonians.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the nation of Israel was wicked during that time.
Yeah, so the Northern Kingdom, which is the Hispanic Latino tribes, the natives, we got taken into Assyria and we never went back to the land. Judah, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, that's the Southern Kingdom. They got taken to Babylon, but then after 70 years, what the prophet of Jeremiah said, after those 70 years were completed, they were allowed to go back by King Cyrus of Persia. He allowed them and he granted the money for them to be able to gather and rebuild the temple and all that stuff.
The second temple or
The second one. So then from that point on,
obviously, right? Oh my God.
so then from that point on, that's why you read the term Jews, because those 3 tribes were the ones in the land, but the rest of them were not in the land.
You wouldn't
They were gone.
consider the rest of them Jews. You would
Like,
consider
like
them.
they split off. They basically splintered off of the first 3 and said, "What you're saying?"
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen
Meaning Assyria. They were going to leave Assyria, right?
and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Country.
Read it again.
Wait. What verse is that?
I'm gonna read it to you. Let me
Yo, that is crazy. Okay, I wasn't like 100% on board. Now I'm like 80%.
protect. You're,
I'm not even gonna
you're
lie.
gonna be on board by the time we get to
Okay. I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
an extra
Damn, maybe
source,
my
right?
grandpa wasn't like 100% off.
That's the
man.
thing about it. Our elders know that they don't teach it to go on.
I know they're not like
You know?
super articulate and stuff like that. Their memory, you know what I mean?
All right, I'll read
Man.
verse 41 again. But they took counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
So they're going to go to a place where no one had ever lived before, which is the new world.
New
Yeah.
world.
Right.
Because at this time, the only place that was known was Europe, Africa, and Asia. The 4th part of the world was the Americas.
At the time, were they called like still countries, or were they like
They were called like Asia Minor. What is it? Asia
Well,
Minor.
I'll take your word for it. You know what
Africa
I'm saying? Like,
was
but
called
yeah.
Ethiopia that around that time. So
Yeah.
All right. So verse 42.
I'm sorry, I gotta check my phone real quick, guys. I just got a notification.
You're good. Let
No
us
I'm
know
sorry,
when you're ready.
I can hear though. Continue, man. I'm
Verse 42. That they might keep his statutes where they had not kept in their own land. Verse 43. But they came into it through the narrow passages of the river Euphrates. For the Most High did wonders before them and stopped the flow of the river till they were passed over. For the journey through the country is 1.5 years long. And they came into a land which was called Arsareth.
So now,
Okay.
if you
What Bible verse is that exactly, man? I got.
One more.
I got.
Let us bring it home.
Okay.
Let us
For
bring it home.
sure.
Check it out.
Hold on. Let me open up my Bible app real quick.
Yeah.
You know. Okay,
It
here
may
we go.
not be in your Bible app because, like I said, they took these books out of your normal.
Is this like what books is
This
it including, man? King James the fifth. Okay. With Apocrypha. Oh damn. Okay.
so this is one of those apocryphal
Let me
books.
open Google for this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to Google Second Ezra chapter 13
Second Ezra's.
KJV.
How do you spell Ezra's?
ESDRAS.
13, and you want to go, let's just say 40 to 50. Verses 40 to 50.
40 to 50.
Yes.
And then KJV.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to bring it on. I'm going to read this verse again, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 45. For the journey through that country, is 1.5 years long. And they came into a land which is called Arsareth.
So they left Assyria, they went through the Euphrates, and it took them by boat 1.5 years to get to a place called Arsareth.
Now, before he gets that, what known explorer founded the Americas that you can think of?
I mean, Christopher Columbus or Leif Erikson, one of the two.
Okay, so you said Christopher Columbus.
Bingo. So this is out of the Jewish Encyclopedia, right?
Snap. Okay.
Under Arsareth.
What is that? The Talmud or
No,
the Zohar?
It's just the Jewish Encyclopedia.
Just the Jewish. Yeah.
Okay.
So it says under Arsarith, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration, meaning until we're gathered and we're taken back to the land.
Yeah.
According to 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Columbus identified America with this land.
Arsarith is identified with America.
That's right. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
now you know how you got
Okay. All right. Guys, very informative. I appreciate you guys this time. I appreciate your patience and stuff like that. It is really, I don't know. I like this new perspective on the world and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. There's still like a hint of skepticism going on in my mind and stuff like that.
It's all good.
You know what
we
I
were
mean?
skeptical at one time ourselves, man.
It's just the more and more you dig into it, the more and more it's like, damn, boom, boom. All these hits that hit you today,
Yeah.
if you keep going into it, you're only going to find more. Our history is hidden from us for a reason. If you find out that you're the true children of God, how are you going to look at yourself? How are you going to look at your people? What laws are going to govern you now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course. I thank you very much, guys. You guys have a good one. You guys have a good night and stuff like that. I'm gonna take a piss and I'm gonna.
No problem, bro. Do you read the scriptures? Do you congregate with anybody?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like it's kind of like half and half. Like usually I'm working and stuff like that, but when I get a chance to like read the scriptures and stuff like that, I do and stuff like that.
You want to get our numbers just in case you ever want to like.
Kind of like a business card. Get a phone call in a couple of seconds and stuff like that. By the way, my name is Rudy, guys.
Rudy.
Yeah.
Issachar.
Matasak. Matasak.
That is, dude. That sounds like super astic. I fuck with that. I like that. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
No problem, bro. Be safe out there, man.
I'm Mr. Ford.